Yeah, it's your girl King Letty.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Ricky Batch. You already know Gotham City, boys.
You already know who it is. Your boy Mysonne, BX, NY General.
I'm here rocking with the Diva report.
On the streets, tune in. We doing what we do, New Bronx City.
Check out, y'all.
All we do is show love, and we recognize the real, and she look familiar. Salute.
Hey dogs, it's your girl Miss Diva. You are tuned into Diva Report on the Streets, and I'm here with the one and only Bronx own Mysonne. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, Queen. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm happy that I'm speaking to you. As a hip hop fan, this is a blessing interview for me. So I'm excited. So I mean, with off camera, we was just talking about your new project that's out. So that was the title. I don't want to mess it up. Definition
of a G Part 3, OG Bobby Johnson.
So this is part 3. So what was the titles for part 2? Did they have movies?
They had no movie. This was inspired by OG Bobby Johnson. It was inspired by the movie South Central. So, you know, I gave it the subtitle, OG Bobby Johnson, because I feel like, I think that's like the stage I am in my life. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, you done put a lot of work in these streets, and you live by certain codes, and then you start realizing that the codes that you live by and the work that you put in, you know, don't really add up to what they told you it was going to add up to. So, you know, and then you being a credible messenger, all you got was the ills from the game in the streets. All you got was the jail time and the loss of family and the loss of friends and death and all those things. So when you start realizing that and you know better, you know, you've been in these streets long enough.
Right, when you know better, you do better.
Exactly, you do better. So you got these young kids coming up under you that's glorifying the street reputation that you have. So you have an obligation to, if y'all gonna follow me, I gotta lead you somewhere that's worth going.
I like that. So first of all, we were talking about, those who don't know, South Central is one of my favorite movies as well. And I love when I came to the listening session, and I love that. It was very good. I loved all the music. But when I saw it, when you explained the reason of naming the project off of Bobby Johnson, I like that, because in the movie, he basically was setting an example, and he realized what he was doing wrong in a sense. And I feel like that's what you do. But you do both. You give us those, you know, the street gritty songs that, you know, we understand, and you give us those let's do better type of music. So and I also saw you perform at Superstar J, shout out to Superstar J, his 200 mixtape party, and you know, you made some statements there too. So do you feel like, you know, if people feel a way that you do both? Does it feel like you playing both sides? Like, what's the reason that you do give us both?
I mean, because that's the reality. Like, I'm from the streets. Like, I'm from the bottom. All I know is the streets. So for me not to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be who I am. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you can't speak a language that nobody's speaking. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why these kids are disconnected, and that's why we have less movement and less understanding, because these kids are not connected. Nobody is building with them on their level. You can't. My method is you teach people within their ignorance. You understand?
Basically, you got to speak their language. I'm not gonna understand you if I feel like you don't understand me, or I'm not gonna want to hear you.
What up, King? How you? You know what I'm saying? If you can't identify with me, how you gonna listen to what I'm saying? If I don't look or sound like you, if I don't speak the same vernacular or be able to tell you, okay, yeah, I understand that, I get it. Because I get why people hustle. I know why niggas out here selling drugs. I know why niggas got beat. But that's because they've been taught wrong. So if I can't tell you stupid when somebody taught you something, I gotta gradually teach you something different. You know what I'm saying? I can't make you feel like I'm above you or what you doing is so wrong when I come from that same cloth. So in order for me to teach you, you got to be able to identify me. So it's just like preachers. You got preachers now that walk around with 1 million tattoos, and they got the biggest congregations in the world, and they teaching the same method, they teaching the same lessons, but they just come to the people as the people. Everybody don't wear a suit every day. Everybody ain't gonna wear a tie every day. So what happens is you turn off those people that want to get the message, but they just don't want it the way you present it. So I just present it to those people. There's some people that want it that way, they give it to them that way. I give them to them a way that I know that I can give it to them.
And I love that, and I like that. So what I wanted to ask you, because a lot of people might not know your origin, like how did you start off? We know of you, like we heard of you, we just know Mysonne the General, and it's like you've been doing your thing. So just give us a little backstory on how you started with this hip hop thing.
Well, I started back in like '98. I was signed to Def Jam Violator. Chris Lighty signed me, RIP.
Yes,
And you know, we started out just in the streets grinding. This is one of the first people I started with, my boy right here, Stephen Ward. We had a group called the Cartel, you know, and then that was our group. It was a 3-man group, and we was running around every day spitting our raps. And then we met my then manager Tone, who ended up getting me a solo deal, and then we started the Problem Children under them. And then unfortunately, before I was able to drop my album, I got incarcerated. So I did 7 years, which pretty much, you know, halted everything that I was going to do in 1998. So, you know, in 2006, I came home and just been grinding ever since.
History ever since. So being that you know that you said you know firsthand the ins and outs of when you do bad, you do better. So while you was, you know, basically behind the wall, what was you thinking about? What was your mentality? How did you say, when I come out, I'm gonna do everything the right way?
I mean, you always said, I think everybody that goes to jail says they're gonna come out and do everything the right way. But the problem is that most people that go to jail and come home, they don't plan to fail. So when you don't plan to fail and you fail, you're not prepared. So you go back to your comfort zone. See, when people's like, yo, you're going to go home, you're going to do this, and I was like, it might not happen like that. I've been going for 7 years. Like, it's a bunch of, the game done changed. So I had to go through ups and downs and, you know, reinventing and understanding and trying to figure out what was going on. I had to do that for 10 straight years, just putting on music and being consistent with my message and what I was doing, just being consistent and persistent until, you know, people started to pay attention, until I just maximized all my opportunities. Every time I was given an opportunity to showcase what I had, I maximized on it. And I stayed consistent and I stayed persistent. And that's what it was for me. It's just come home, like a lot of people go to jail and they come home and say, okay, my man gonna do this and I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna get this shot. And when they don't, they say, I'm going back to sell drugs again. And that's what the system is designed for you to do. So if you don't understand that's the design, then you're not gonna say, okay, nah, I'm not gonna fall for that, because that's what they wanna do. I'm gonna keep doing something. Nobody who ever got anything just immediately got it. It's persistent. You had Jay-Z said the genius thing he did was that he never stopped. People say they was genius. He said they was at the point where they was like, man, this shit ain't working. But he continued on, and then right then it clicked. And that's what it's about, man. That's how you build a brand. That's how you build persistence. People believe you when you believe you. You know, so that's what it is for me. It's just I always believed in myself. I always believed that I was talented. I always believed that the words and the message that I had, the world needed. So regardless if they wanted to hear it, I know that they needed to hear it. So I just continued on until, you know, God bless, this year, you know, people have been paying attention, and I'm just feeling blessed.
Paying attention more than normal, because we like I said, we've known who you are, but it's just that, like you said, like when you go away for a while, you like fall back. It's like, well, where is he? What's going? Basically, we just asking, where's the real music? So I have to ask you, because some people seen, if you haven't, you did do you want to say it's a rant, or that was a PSA when you was speaking on the, you know, the new Pac situation, and you know, you basically wasn't agreeing. I didn't touch on it, but I didn't really agree with it either. I feel like you should find your own persona. But what's your take on the new generation, and do you feel like it's gimmicks that they trying to go with? Like, do you feel like the music is not where it's supposed to be? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
My thing is, I don't care who you want to be. I don't care what the persona you are. But my issue is when it transfers into real life. You know, my issue is never him calling himself Tupac. That's a joke to me. Like, I'm going to laugh at it because, you know, I don't think you have anything to do with Pac, but that's just my opinion. But my issue was, this was a man who almost got killed 2 times. This is a man that's fighting for his life. And the way he was portraying that situation that these kids is paying attention to disturbed me. That's my issue. I don't care about who you call yourself, Tupac. I can agree or not agree with. That's no reason for me to talk about. I don't care. Niggas been saying they somebody for years. I don't say that, but when I realize that when you go in there and you got shot and you talking about it like it's a cartoon and you in jail and you talking about, yeah, I'm facing whatever and I'm gonna keep doing this and I'm still gonna be the dope boy and all this. And I know that these kids are influenced by what you do. Now, this is real life. This ain't no longer your entertainment and your alter ego that you put in. Because it's a bunch of people that talk about stuff that I ain't going to call them out. Because that's what they do. But I can't allow you to put you in real life situations, portray that shit like it's something to glorify. Because I know these kids going to go out
they watching.
Shoot and do this and say, a real nigga can't get killed by a fake. I know they gonna say that. I know they gonna be like, yo, you can't kill me and all that. I know they gonna walk around with bulletproof vests and go to court and minks and think that shit is cool, and they gonna spend the rest of their life in jail. I know that because I've been through that situation. I've seen it happen. The biggest gangsters in the world that I know go to courts with suits on. They don't talk about their cases on camera. They're like, this is just not code for what you call real G. So that was always my issue. You know, I wish the brother the best. Hopefully he lived, you know what I'm saying, to see, you know, the age I am. Hopefully he lived to make it there, you know. But you just got to watch the energy you put into the world, because the energy you put out is the energy you receive back.
Well, I like that you said that, and that's the thing. You said it a few times during this interview. Basically, I look at you as somebody that the young men can look up to, because, like I said, you've been through it. So it's like, I don't want to ever hear a story from somebody and you telling me something and you don't know what you're talking about. You've never been through it and you don't know.
But we got a lot of that.
Right.
Hip-hop is fueled with super gangsters and super drug dealers. And you know they not drug dealers because none of them never took a loss. I don't know no drug dealer in the world that didn't take a loss. That
like how you just eating, right? Everything is good. That's impossible in the street.
Impossible. So when they tell their stories, you know it's not real. If you ever been through that, you know it's not real. So that kind of bothers me. So what I do is I combat that with my music and tell you the real. So you have the opportunity to choose what you want. You know what I'm saying? They winning. The fakes is winning by default, because there's nobody to combat them. It's just like a presidential election where it's only one candidate. So you're the only person that running, so people think you winning, but you don't realize there's nobody else. So even if you only get 30 votes, you won. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nothing else to vote for. So at the end of the day, I'm just giving you an alternative to that bullshit.
So I saw on your Instagram you had a video it was your son and who's that? Your nephew, cousin, who's that?
My son and my little brother.
So clearly music runs in the family because y'all all was spitting. So like, what's going on with that? You gonna be like, you know, promoting them? What's happening?
Yeah, that's definitely my goal. Like, I want to work with my family and build. I love you, King. Appreciate you, man. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole thing is to build. My whole thing is to build up with the family and then continue to build. Like, if we continue to empower our own, then how we gonna ever? That's how we build power. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that my little brother's been rapping since he could talk, and my son just started rapping like last year.
Last year? Y'all have to go check out this video on his page. Last year?
The family, he just not
you
even
know what it is? I mean, he got it from you.
I mean, God bless us, man. You know, we orators, man. Words are the most powerful things in the world, man. People don't realize that. It ain't about how strong you are, none of that. When you can utilize communication in words, people who have utilized words control this world. And people don't understand how valuable and how important words are. A rapper is just as important as a preacher, because you preaching a sermon. You got hundreds of thousands of people listening to you that's living their life by what you say. Just like a preacher is preaching to his, and these congregation is going living their life by how that preacher is. So the world is ran by people who talk. The president is elected because he speaks. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to understand how important our words are. We can't allow people to misuse those words and tell you that they just entertaining you and that they're not responsible for what direction they lead people in. That doesn't even make sense. And if you don't want to take that responsibility, then we can't even allow you to profit off of this market.
So with this project is out now, OG Bobby Johnson.
It's not actually out now.
But that's what we're gonna talk about, because I don't know if it hasn't been done since when Nipsey Hussle did it, and I respect it. So you basically doing the pre-orders for $100, right?
That's right.
So where can they get that?
You can go to info at New Bronx City, PayPal it, tell us you want the album, PayPal $100. We only pressed up 100 copies, so. You know what I'm saying? So that's the real reason it was, because we had pressed up the 100 copies for when we did the BB King show, and it was so crowded, and we had to deal with so many stuff that nobody even got a chance to sell that merch, because that was supposed to be exclusive just for the people that came onto the show, but nobody even got an opportunity to sell it. So we had the 100 CDs, so we was like, you know what? We're not even gonna press up no more CDs, because everything's gonna be viral, and we're gonna do flash drives. So these are gonna be collector's items that when this album becomes classic, because it's a classic album, and people start talking about it like Illmatic and all that, you can say, yo, I got the hard copy, because they ain't probably in the next 10 years ain't gonna be no more CDs. It's gonna be some shit.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
So that's what it was for me. It was like, yo, it's like an 8-track. You gonna have the 8-track of Gladys Knights in the pit, like, you know what I'm saying? This is classic material. Like, I put my whole heart into this album and everything. Every song on it is heartfelt, and I know that it's going to impact. You know, if you like the Funk Master Flex freestyle, when you listen to this album, you don't have no choice but to be like, nah, this is, it's no song on it that you could just be like, you hate. Even if you don't love it, you like it.
It's true. He's not lying. Like I said, I went to the listening session. Shout outs to Dove. Shout outs to Boo Boo TV. And it was fun. The atmosphere, good energy. You got good people around you. And it was good music. And that's the thing. What's the name of the song, the Beyonce song? I really didn't hear that during the listening session. That upset me.
It's called Keep Thinking.
Yes, I like that. That's one of your fun party songs. It's a few on there that I'm definitely feeling, and I love it. So for 2017, what's your goal? What's my son's goal?
My goal is just to continue to inspire and motivate, try to unite us and get us on the same page. Because the reality of the situation is that our kids are dying. Like, we either killing us or they killing us, and we not building nothing. Our kids are dying because they being fed false narratives. We're not building. Our communities don't even belong to us. You know, we got kids on the corner selling drugs to where they making $20 and $30 a day, when we could be owning our own community and stores where they could be making hundreds of dollars a day. But we haven't empowered ourselves and understand how simple that is to do. So my thing is to continue to educate, watch us unite. I'm partnered up with Credit Concepts, the company, in which we'll be signing over 100 formerly incarcerated people for free to get their credit filled and build credit, because when you don't have credit in America, you don't have nothing.
You can't do anything.
At the end of the day, when you come home from prison, that's another Achilles heel you have. You can't get a cell phone, you can't rent an apartment, because you don't have no credit. So we're signing up 100. I'm personally donated $25,000 to start this campaign. I believe June 4th, I'll be signing up 100 formerly incarcerated people. I ask for all people to donate so we can do a lot more and more, because that's what it is. And once we build up the credit, then we build up the community. So that's how I'm trying to give back. That's where I'm starting. And then I have people, my brother like Jay Morrison, he's one of the biggest real estate young entrepreneurs from this city. And me and him going to work together to start building and buying back real estate and start showing us how we can own our own communities.
That is something big, and just like you said, it's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there. So even though it's not the fast rate that we want it to be, this generation is a little bit different. We are learning from the mistakes of our superiors. So, and I do get what you're saying. So I love that you are helping out, because I was going to ask you, what are you doing for the community? Because I know you do a lot. So how can we donate? Because you mentioned that.
Doing at creditconcepts.com. My website should be up. My webpage should probably be up by tomorrow or Tuesday. But I'll be directly, you can follow me on Instagram, Mysonne, NY General, and then I'll directly be able to show you how to do it. But the campaign is dope, man. You know, being formerly incarcerated, I identify with all that. And a lot of these dudes come home and they have the right ideas and they got the right energy and they really be trying to be rehabilitated. But the options out here it does not fit for them. You know, going through that, coming home positive, and then knowing that shit I had to do, certain things that I didn't want to do, that I had to do, and it's like, damn, man, this right here could have ended me back in prison. And like, nah, I got kids, I got to do something different. And then, because when you don't know that these opportunities exist and you don't know no other way, you just go with what you know. So luckily I had strong people around me. Shout out to the Justice League and people like that kept me grounded and showed me other ways to find out how to build and build revenue. So I just want to do that for all the brothers I know.
Okay. Even though you said that you like all the songs, are good. Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite? I'll probably say the intro is my favorite. The intro is my favorite. That and
How you gonna forget? How you gonna forget your song?
Because it had two names.
Okay.
And I don't want to say it. Against All Odds. Because it was first called Real Nigga What Up, but I had two songs named that. So it's called Against All Odds. Those are my favorite two songs, Against All Odds and the intro.
Okay.
So
we'll make sure to look out for my son's favorites.
Yes.
And just give us, even though I feel like you gave us a lot of jewels and a lot of advice, but just something for the girls and the guys that's, NYC kids, we trying to make a better way. We trying to, basically change our life and our path for us as a whole, as Black people. So just give us some little jewels.
What I would say is always just believe in you, man, and just try to find your purpose. Because what happens is people try to deter you from doing what it is that you know is best. Your moral compass is your guidance. Nobody else's opinion, nobody what they think of you, none of that should guide you. What should guide you in all your movement should be your own personal moral compass. Believe what you believe. Don't be deterred from your beliefs and your belief in you. When you believe in you, you can accomplish anything in this world. People told me, yo, you need to stop rapping, get that shit up. Nobody want to hear that. And I just said, okay, you know, that's what you believe. I don't believe that, and I always bet on me. You know, and I tell anybody that never let nobody kill your dreams because they trying to kill yours because they don't believe in their own.
I mean, that was for everybody. I feel like you was just talking right to me. I really appreciate that. And that was, what you could say, like we can get reevaluation, and is basically, yeah. So I appreciate that. Like I said, it was for all of us though, because I mean that's the way it is in life. A lot of people do try to deter you and tell you what you should do because they don't want to see you make it. And you're the prime example.
They don't want to see you make it. Is that they scared and don't believe that they can make it. So they push that same fear and negativity on you, and they don't really know better. It's not that they hating on anything, it's just that they too scared to chase their dreams and believe in what they believe in because they allow somebody else to talk them out of it, so they want to do the same thing to you because they know if you win doing what you're doing, then it damages them.
And you leave them behind, and nobody wants to be left behind.
Yeah, you just got to understand them, and you just got to pray for them, and then you just got to lead them and try to help them when you get there, because you're going to get there.
Oh, thank you. So I'm excited. Of course, I want to thank you. Like I said, I've been wanting to interview you. Like I said, I came to your listening session. I saw you at, just on Friday, and well, that was Thursday. But I mean, I basically is always, around. It's like, for me, like I said, for a hip hop fan, it's like, that's my song. Like, but you're still a regular Bronx guy, but.
Regular, degular, smegular.
Yeah. Shout out to Cardi. You already know, BX all day. And just give us your social media and let us know you have any performances, like what's coming up.
My social media is Mysonne NY General on Instagram. On Twitter is just Mysonne. I'm doing the Art of Hip Hop tour with the legends. I think it's DMX, Rakim, I believe Raekwon. It's coming up June 30th at the NJ Pack. So that's gonna be my first show in in Jersey. So if you dare come out, support me, I appreciate it. I would love for everybody who dare to come. Please.
Ticketmaster, we get the tickets. Are they going to sell yet? Or you don't know?
They should be on sale at Ticketmaster. I'm going to post it on my page, so follow me, Mysonne NY General. They just sent me the flyer. I'm amped up that I'm on the post with the legends. So
you lit. I mean, you next up. I mean, they know. That's the thing. When you real hip hop, the real rights is always going to bang with you. And I feel like that's when you know you not, you ain't that good, when, certain people don't co-sign you. If y'all haven't seen it, go check out his Funk Flex freestyle. Just like Flex said, everybody can't come, and everybody don't kill. And he did. So, of course, I want to thank you once again. And you already know, Z Report in the streets, your girl, Miss Diva. We out.
It's your girl King Letty.
Yeah, what up? It's your boy Ricky Batch. You already know Gotham City boys.
you already know it is your boy Mysonne, BX NY General.
I'm here rocking with the Diva Report.
On the streets, tune in. We doing what we do, New Bronx City.
Check out, y'all.
All we do is show love, and we recognize the real, and she look familiar. Salute.
Nigga, we dying, we just hiding the pain. Daddy told me one thing that's stuck inside of my brain. Do the same thing, expect something different, you insane. Shh, not me. I'm a genius. Flex, this is deja vu. I done seen this, yep. I was right here, Hami in this shit, and I had you looking like you smelt a dead body in this bitch. Let them try me and I switch from Malcolm X to Red again. I'm man down, everybody dead again. Each and every rapper you name, I am better than these codeine dope fiend niggas. I'm the medicine. A veteran with adrenaline of a rookie. My niggas done made empires off a cookie. When we was learning morals, they was playing hooky. Now I'm doing my numbers like a bookie. Look me in my eye, the average cat to turn away. Straight up G, no curving in my vertebrae. Every block, corner, curve, niggas done heard of me. I'm exposing them now, they gon' wanna murder me. I had to do it, this shit was really concerning me. These niggas up here spitting, committing perjury. Chicks taking trips to DR and they getting surgery. Forgetting I done already hit mine, how you curving me? Flex. This shit is light. I burn down mics and I fight for civil rights. I'm trying to get black, same shit they get a whites. I used to kill niggas, now I give them life. Now I give them light just to help them through that darkness. I motivate and I give hope to the heartless. My verse on that Million Man March was just to let my brothers know we can evolve from the projects. I know that's hard to digest, cause they feeding you pork. You see the image they project, they don't be what you thought. I don't blame them no more. It be